Hey, welcome to part 3 of making our two-story house. In this section, we are going to make a door for our house, and we're actually going to make a couple steps going up to the door. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to go over to our rectangle tool and click that. By default, it's the rectangle. If it ever has something else displayed there, like a circle or anything like that, you just click this menu, it pops out, select rectangle. And now we're going to zoom in pretty close to the left-hand corner of the house. We're going to place the door a little bit off-centered from the side. That's usually how homes have it. You don't want the door right on the edge on the side of your house. So let's go over about this far. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to click and let go. And what this is going to do now is it's going to be making a rectangle that is on the side surface of the house. It should turn green. That's how you know it's on the side of the house. If you drag this way, it's in blue. It's going to be going out on the ground. We want it going up green. And using the dimensions in the bottom right corner, I'm going to make this about 4 feet high. So it's going to have a 4 with a dash after it. Or it looks about 4 feet 4 inches. That looks good. And we're going to make it about as wide as we want our door to be, maybe a little bit wider. So I'm making this about 10 feet wide. So it's about 4 by 10. And I'm going to click and let go. And now we have this rectangle on the side of the house. And now we're going to change this into 2 steps or 2 stairs. So we're going to go over to a new tool called the pencil or line tool. I call it a pencil because it looks like a pencil, but it says line. Go ahead and click that. You don't want the squiggly. You want to make sure you select the pencil to draw straight lines. And we're going to get pretty close to this rectangle we made. And we're going to place our pencil over on the side line until it turns kind of a bluish color and it will say midpoint. That's how we know we're halfway between the top and bottom. Click and let go. Remember, don't hold on, just click and let go. And now it's going to let me make a line from that midpoint. We're going to go across to this other midpoint. And you'll know you found it because it will say midpoint. This is going to make a perfectly straight line when we click. So go ahead and click. And now we have a line kind of separating the triangle, or that rectangle, sorry. Now what we're going to do is we're going to drag these 2 out with our push-pull tool to make 2 steps leading up to the doorway. So let's go to our push-pull tool, select that, and I'm going to go to this bottom part first. I'm going to click, and I'm moving my mouse down, and you can see that's going to magically drag out some steps. So I'm going to drag out that step and drag this one out. And this is where a lot of your artistic design comes in. You can decide how long or wide you want these steps to be. This looks pretty good. I probably want that top step to be a little bit larger because that's where the door is going to open up. You want a little place for people to stand. And you can always zoom out and see how it looks in relation to the rest of your house. That's looking pretty good. Let's go up and save. We've got our steps made. And now what we're going to do after it saves is we're going to make the door. So we're going to go back to our rectangle tool. And we're going to select rectangle. And we're going to go on this edge right here. We'll actually lock into place when you get close. And we don't want to go right to the edge of the steps. We're going to come in just a little bit. Again, kind of use your artistic eye. Decide how far you want it to be. And we're going to make the door of the house. So I'm going to click and let go. And notice as I move my mouse, this green spot, these green lines show a new rectangle that's going to form on the side of the house. Now I'm going to want to zoom out a little bit. Maybe hold Shift and use the scroll wheel to zoom out a little bit. And what we're going to want to do is drag it until we kind of get it even on the other side. Sometimes it will say golden selection. That shows you have a good ratio of height to length of your door. I just want to make sure it's tall enough for a person to get in. So I'm going to go a little bit taller and click. And now I've got a rectangle there that can serve as the door of our house. Pretty cool. Now we're going to make a door frame. To do that, we're going to use our line tool. And we're going to click that pencil thing. That's called a line tool. And what we're going to do is we're going to go on the base of the stairs right here, on this edge. You can go to the midpoint or a little over, but we want to be on that edge. And basically what I'm going to do is I'm going to click and let go. And I'm going to draw a line that goes up a little bit past the height of the door. Make sure it says on face and click. And now I'm going to click again and let go and drag across and go a little bit past the door. And I'm going to click again and go down and click one more time. So now what we have, if I rotate my camera, is we have something that looks like it's going to become a door frame. I'm going to click this arrow just so I don't make something accidentally. Okay. Looking pretty good. Now, let's say you want to move some of these lines a little bit. You can click this tool down here that says move. And I can actually pick one of these lines if I want to and click and hold it and move it. Be careful though, it's easy to shift, as you can tell. If you do something you didn't want to do, just hit the undo button. But if you don't like where one of those lines are, you can undo it. Or you can click the eraser tool and actually take those lines off and redo them if you want to. I'm going to undo because I like where it is. And now finally, to make this door frame, we're going to use our push-pull tool. And we're going to hover over until the frame turns blue. I'm going to click and left click the mouse and hold it and drag down a little bit to make this frame pop out just a little bit. And then if we want to, we can click the door and use the push-pull tool to make it go in a little bit. And you can do fine little adjustments to that to make the frame how you want. And now finally what we're going to do is we are going to add a little window to this door. So what we're going to do to make the window is we're going to go to our rectangle tool, select rectangle, and we're going to make a cute little window in this door right there. That looks pretty good, and click. And now I'm going to use the line tool, again the pencil, to make kind of a cross section so it looks like a fancy window. So I'm going to go to the midpoint right there, click and let go. Go down there to the midpoint, click and let go. Midpoint on this side, click, let go. Click and let go. And now if we zoom out, it's starting to look a little bit like a house. Don't forget to click the save button.